Hey, good morning. I'm Justin Landis, and welcome to the Landis Look, where we take an inside look at the world of real estate through the eyes of some folks who've done real estate for a long time. Today, it's only me, no guest today, but guess what? The professor is at the whiteboard, and we're going to talk about what's happened in the market since the beginning of this year. And you can see there's some of these numbers pretty similar year over year, some of them pretty different. And so we're going to get into this right away today. But first, let me challenge you guys. Take a look at these numbers. See if you can guess any of them. Feel free to put it in the comments. Even if you're not watching this live, if you're watching this on recording, I feel like there's a low chance that somebody's going to get all of these right. Put what you think any of these numbers are. If you can guess even two of them, I'll send you a book that Gary Keller wrote called The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. So put that in there, and let's see if anybody gets them right, and then I'll go through them here in just a second. But the market is definitely different this year than last year. Some things are really great, and some things are not as great as last year, and that depends a lot on who you are. This very first number, 12,635, this is the number of single-family houses for sale on the market in Metro Atlanta. So all of this is just single-family. The condo market, all of these numbers are more pronounced actually. So the percentages that are up or down are actually higher up or down. But this is single family, 12,635, and that is 20% more than last year. 20% more people have their house on the market this year than last year. So this is for sale. Boy, that's some bad writing. Pretty sure you're not gonna be able to see that on this camera. Anyway, 20% more for sale. How many are going under contract relative to last year? Well, it's almost the same. 2.5% difference. This is how many went pending, meaning buyer made an offer, seller accepted, so they haven't closed yet. But this is how many went pending compared to March of last year. So buyers are still out there. I mean, basically the same number of people are buying this year that were buying last year, but a lot more people are selling. So as we think about that, what does it mean for the people who are selling? For the people who are in this, or were in this a couple months ago, their houses went pending probably in January or February, and they actually closed. Here are some closed numbers from March. This is the median sales price in Metro Atlanta, $270,000, and that's up basically 6% from last year. So the houses that are selling, people are doing better. So you're like, hey, last year, there was less competition, a few more sold. Would have I been better off to sell last year? Well, it may have been a little easier to sell, but the people who are actually getting their houses sold, they're still making more. And 6%, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's a pretty good amount. Next number, I bet no one guessed this one. If anyone guessed this one, I'm going to be super impressed. 96.4, this is percent. This is percent sales price to list price. This means how much are people negotiating. So do people have to negotiate a lot? 96.4%, and that's down a little bit from last year. That may surprise some of y'all because there's been so many multiple offers in Atlanta over the last 4 or 5 years. You might be, remembering your friends that sold 2 years ago, they got 8 offers, it sold for $30,000 over asking price. You're like, geez, 96.4%, that's not exactly 104%. And this number has gone down, but not way down. We do get multiple offers on some, but there are definitely houses that don't get multiple offers, and that's reflected here. 49, that's days on market. And that's up 4.3% from last year. So overall, what do you think? Is this a better market for sellers or a more challenging market for sellers? What about for buyers? Better market for buyers, more challenging market for buyers? Overall, this is a more challenging market for sellers than it was last year, and that has to do with a little more negotiation, a little longer to sell the house, more competition. But here's the good news for the sellers. When you do sell, you are making more money. Said this in a couple of appointments recently. If you want to get 12 offers on your house, you want it to sell the first weekend with absolute pandemonium like there was 2 or 3 years ago, price it what the prices were 2 or 3 years ago, and that'll happen again. Because prices have gone up over the last couple of years, and you've made great price increases, and so that's awesome. It may take you a little bit longer to get it. There's a little bit more competition. You do have to do things that maybe you didn't have to do a couple years ago to get your house ready, to make sure that you have a pro marketing your house, but it can still be good. What about on the buyer side? So on the buyer side, I think the number one thing is this right here. right? I mean, 20% more choices. That's a lot more to pick from. And that's really great because I'd say that's probably been the #1 complaint that we've had from buyers over the last 3, 4, 5 years is there is just not enough houses for sale. And this is still a low amount. I mean, this amount of inventory is still in what is called a seller's market, where there are still the absorption rate is faster than a median point of 6 months on market. There's still less than 4 months of inventory on the market. And that means if all the houses on the market stayed on the market, no new houses came on the market, at the current rate at which they're selling, they'd all be gone in less than 4 months. 6 months is a balanced market. So this is still good for sellers, but from buyers, it's a welcome sight to see that 20%. Also, anyone who's actually in the market or maybe even just watching on the news, interest rates have gone down quite a bit this quarter, especially from the third quarter of last year, and so that's helped buyers as well. So there's opportunity for both folks here, and I think that one of the biggest takeaways is for buyers, you finally got some more choice. You've got good interest rates now. You got a good chance to get what you want. And from a seller's standpoint, you have to do things right. You can't overprice the house. You can't not get it ready to sell. You can't have a bad marketing plan. But if you have all of those things, you can still sell the house and you can still get more than you could before. This is obviously Metro Atlanta, right? And this is, taking into account all price points, all locations. And you may be thinking, what about my house? My house costs a lot different than this. Or it seems like in my neighborhood, things are moving a lot faster than this or a lot slower than this. And maybe they are. Shoot us a message. You can send us a private message. Or you can send me an email at Justin and Justin Landis Group, and we'd be happy to get you the stats for your specific neighborhood and even get you specific info on your property. So thanks a bunch for listening today. You're now updated on the market for the year, and we will see you again next week. Thanks.